Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's coming right up. You're going to hear a roar of the crowd, and believe me, you will never, ever forget it. Are you ready? Count it down. Ready? Okay, here we go now. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11.
All right, everybody, let's get on it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
866 call or chat with them online at callhallfirst.com/Drew. It's a custom site just for Drew and Mike listeners. And how's the
We are
chat?
there. We are live. It's growing. I mean, it is super late, but it's growing.
I was expecting it to be really dead because not just the overtime, but there's just so much disappointment about the Lions not being in this game.
They would have beat both these teams.
Yeah. Probably not, but it would have been fun. Oh, what happened to your mic?
Check, 1, 2, check.
Oh, jeez.
Something.
It's crazy.
You get electrocuted?
No. No, I touched it, and that's what turned it off.
Oh, well, that's how things are supposed to work.
Well, no, not when you just touch it.
I know. That's what I mean.
I apparently.
Joking. Piece of shit.
Anyway,
crap.
everything's okay. So let's see what's in the chat. Anything interesting?
Just a lot of hellos and,
Maz won a square. Everyone should know.
Oh,
that
thank
Maz
God.
Won a square.
Oh, I'm so happy for him.
He was hoping that Kansas City would have to kick a field goal at the end of the second quarter because if they did, he would win the square, and that happened. And then he won another square after that, I believe.
Great. Good for him.
Congratulations, everybody.
As for Mark's bets, I know
not so good.
You won Moody's 2 field goals.
I did win that. That's, I think, the only thing I won.
The over hit on this game.
Wow.
Can you imagine how
46,
excited people were?
46 and a half, yeah.
The over was over in the third quarter. It was absolutely over. God, I wish I had bet the over on this game. I would be so fired up right now.
Yeah.
But as far as the game itself, well, Mark, what about your other bets? Everybody had money in this game.
I went big on the 49ers just in the line, right? Favored by 2, giving up 2, which looked pretty good for a lot of the game.
It did look good a few times. Really good.
Then I had McCaffrey 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I like that.
God. So if that in
you
the
had
overtime,
good odds on that, right?
Really, I was plus, I think plus 200 maybe.
Yeah,
which is pretty
sounds
good.
about right.
It might have been more than that. I don't know. No, it was plus 265. That's what it was.
Okay, I like it.
So if he would have scored that touchdown in overtime, not only would that have hit, but I also would have hit a square. Would have hit 26 and 19.
That's right.
I know. So those didn't hit. I had Travis Kelce scoring 2 touchdowns at plus 566.
That's a fun bet. Why not?
Let's see.
What are you, an odds maker?
By the way,
This one pisses me off. 3 straight scores by either team, plus 114.
You bet that it would happen or it wouldn't?
I bet that it would not happen.
Oh, so you won money on that?
No, because the Chiefs had 3 straight scores. They had 2 scores in the third, and they ended this first half with a field goal. They went field goal, touchdown.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and that does happen a lot. That's one of those things you look at, it looks like an easy bet.
This one pissed me off. Brock Purdy over 3.5 carries. that dude has had. I looked it up at how many times he's had more than that, and he's lately been having more. He's been having 4 or 5 carries a game. So
Well, I knew you had the bet, and every time he was starting to scramble, I thought, oh, well, here's another run, and then he would throw the ball. So you must have been getting irritated with his. It seemed like he was trying not to get your 2 runs.
I know. I felt like the whole team was. I felt like I was playing against both teams.
Yeah, nobody's worried about your bets. What the fuck?
I had Rishi Rice to score the first touchdown. That was plus like 2,400. That obviously didn't hit. And the first drive of the game resulting in a touchdown, whoever had it, did not hit. Plus 351, good odds. Now, 2 are still in play, believe it or not, even after the game.
What?
They're actually Charlotte's bets. Would Travis Kelce do heart hands to Taylor Swift?
Really?
Minus 115. She wanted that one. And would they kiss on the field? And she wanted yes at minus 125.
Because she wants them to kiss.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah.
We talked about some other Taylor bets. Would she have her hair up? Was a bet?
Yeah, would she have her hair up or her hair down? And a lot of these bets were the odds were just terrible.
Would she wear a jersey?
Yep.
That was a bet?
That was a bet.
But wait, people love dumb bets. Clark loved betting on the coin toss. He loved it. Every year, go, we've lost 4 of the last 6 coin tosses.
But the coin toss is 50-50. Would she have her hair up or hair up, by the way, which it was the underdog. So if you would have bet that one, you could have won a lot of money on that. Would she be seen with a cup in her hand, which she was multiple times?
Yeah, she even slammed a beer on the Jumbotron.
That's right, she did. Did you see that, Drew?
What if she slammed a beer?
They showed her on the Jumbotron, like Brandon said.
Yeah, and she chugged a beer.
So she slammed her beer, and the crowd was booing her because the crowd was overwhelmingly 49er fans.
How many times did they show Taylor Swift? God damn it. It seemed like 100 times to me, and I was not looking at the screen the whole time.
Almost every time Kelce had a completion.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Kelce...
That was a bet, too. It was over 1.5, but it was minus 10,000. I think that was a joke prop. You have to bet 10,000 to win $100.
Did you realize Travis Kelce caught 9 balls for 93 yards in that game?
Wow.
Because he had 1 catch on the first drive, and then he had nothing in the rest of the first half. So he had 8 catches in the second half.
I mean, that's the thing about that team. When it comes down to it, they just chip away, and then Mahomes and Kelce take over. It's crazy how that happens.
It's just so hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
That play at the end of regulation, where he runs a little drag and he just outruns who's the stud linebacker, the long hair?
Oh, Kelce?
Warner?
Yeah, Warner. Yeah, he outruns Warner on that drag and then turns it up, and that's. I mean, come on, that's unbelievable how a guy that big can outrun that guy that fast and then turn the corner like that.
I noticed Kelsey's getting a lot of post-game camera time. Are they waiting for Taylor to come over?
Oh, there she is hugging
Brittany Mahomes.
Oh, so Taylor can't be far behind.
No.
Will they kiss?
Oh, I hope so, because I got to win something.
Yeah, I want to see you win your bet.
Is that Patrick's dad? Is he wasted?
I got to say, I was really thrown by Travis Kelce practically knocking over Reid.
Yeah.
That was what? I've never seen anything like that before. Reid is an older. I immediately tweeted that it was elder abuse. And I don't know what kind of response I got.
It's also fat shaming somehow. I don't know.
But A.J. Brown tweeted that I'd be kicked out of the league if I just did this.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to play it again, Brandon?
Look at that.
I don't know if it'll get us blocked or not.
Oh, well, maybe not. We don't want to get tossed off.
Damn you.
Oh, boy. Reid looked really shaken.
Yeah, he almost fell over there.
Jeez.
That was.
They should cut him.
It's pretty fucking bogue. I mean, I'm really was shocked by that. I hope Taylor talks to him.
It
about
would have
that.
been a bigger deal had the Chiefs lost.
Yeah, probably.
They're gonna. Oh, I love him.
But the spin would be he just is demanding to be in the game.
You know, there'll be plenty of spins for Travis Kelce, obviously, and I'm sure
if that was Noah
Andy Reid
Gray-
will be one of the spinners. But you know, Andy Reid is a very old guy. Yeah. He's kind of like a weeble, except he probably would fall down a lot. He looks like a weeble,
but he wobbles and does fall.
But I think he would fall down. And to be chewing out your coach like that, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So he can do whatever he wants.
Be in the game.
He can do whatever he wants anywhere in the world.
Somebody in the chat mentioned the voice of the halftime show. I'm assuming he's referring to Alan Roche, who has the biggest. That guy's the biggest cojones of anyone in the world anywhere. I mean, he puts what's the love about Ernie Anderson? Puts Ernie Anderson to shame.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Babyface.
Fantasia.
Chris Stapleton.
Remember, he never would call us back.
Tonight's referee, Carl Shepard.
I guess he's got a little ego. Do we have his cell phone?
Yeah, but I
Why
don't
we
think
just ring him up.
He never answers it. We can give it a shot, but he always sends us.
Right now, he's probably got to do the
I'm busy working.
Jim Nance.
Call him.
Nance with the trophy presentation.
I don't know why, but Nance was driving me insane tonight.
Let's play the pregame audio where he does not answer a question and immediately goes into an answer that had only one goal to point out that he has called 16 Super Bowls and nothing else. That was the only reason he answered the non-answer.
It's a total non sequitur, too.
It's complete bullshit. It's worse than any Mazaway non sequitur ever.
Hang on, Brandon.
It's so freaking lame. While you're looking for it.
So mad I just threw everything around down here. All right. Here it is.
Find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Nance has seen everything. Jim, talk about how many people were excited and maybe wondering how Las Vegas was going to handle this. What's it been like?
All right, so the question is, hey, how's Vegas been this week, right?
Yeah, easy answer. He's been there for a few days. You know, Vegas is handling this great.
And he's going to pontificate about it.
It's been perfect. Obviously, the Super Bowl's coming back here about as soon as they can. Get one, another one. But I just want to say thank you for that opening prayer at the Summerall dinner for the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. What a meritorious honoree we had. Sherry Summerall was there. And as I told her I would, when Pat passed away, she gave me his 20-year sobriety coin. I love that. And that will reside right here. He called 16 of these games right there inside on my heart. We both had the great pleasure of working with the man, and very special. Also, the other key for me this week was I got to begin my week with dinner on Monday night with You Are Looking Live, our man Brent Musburger.
Why don't you just get a rib removed live on TV so you can blow yourself? I mean, honest to God, he just wanted to say I've called 16 Super Bowls. That's the only reason he came up with that BS.
I love that Pat Summerall's widow's, that Pat's sobriety meant so much to his family that she gave his fucking coin away. It's like, to Jim Nance, of all people.
Not only that, nice bringing up that Pat's a fucking drunk on the Super Bowl pregame show.
Present.
Well, we all remember
really
his purple hands when he did his last game, the Cotton Bowl. He's just the worst. Is he done now? I thought
he was quitting or he was retiring or something.
He's just going to do golf and stare at the oil painting that he fought so valiantly for in his divorce.
He quit something. I don't know what he quit, though. It must obviously not enough. He's so annoying.
I'm mad at this whole game. I'm mad at the Super Bowl.
It is an ugly feeling when because you lost the biggest bet of all at the end of the game, right?
Oh, well, yeah, the 49ers not covering. Whatever. It's all house money, right?
Well,
I'm an open book.
When you bet 50 times a week, what's 4 or 5 bets?
I'm an open book.
Mark the Greek Fellhauer. This new name.
Hey, come on. I'm not going to talk about how anybody was bred.
As far as the game itself, it was a pretty lousy game until the fourth quarter, really.
Yeah.
The 49er defense and the Chiefs defense. I mean, we have two good defenses. Yeah, and there were some mistakes, fumbles. Pacheco almost fumbled a second time. That 13-yard loss. Let's see, McCaffrey fumbled, too. You don't expect that.
And then fumbles.
That fucking punt, that could be the game. That's 7 points.
The punt? You mean the extra
punt? The fumbled punt.
Oh, the fumbled. Oh, my God. Yeah, the rookie, his heel.
Oh. You blew it! And the guy tried to pick it up and run with it. He didn't just fall on it.
Just fall.
You know, it seems like in that case, people always do the wrong thing when they should fall on it. They try to pick it up and run with it. And when they fall on it, it's like, oh, my God, you got a whole field in front of you. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But let's see. There were some other big plays. Jennings was Jennings the MVP? No. I guess Mahomes would be.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Jennings would have been if the 49ers had won because he caught a TD pass and threw for one, which he's the only one besides Dick Foles.
I know, they put that trivia question up, and I said to Brandon, that's a trivia question I will never remember. Juwan Jennings and Nick Foles?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
No way.
And Jennings had 19 catches the whole season and has this he had a really great Super Bowl.
Doesn't that always happen, though, in the Super Bowl? It seems like somebody comes out of nowhere and has...
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's
pretty
fun.
Cool.
God, it really, doesn't this show, as lousy of a first half as that was, shows what a great event the Super Bowl is.
Oh, the Gatorade was purple if you had that prop bet.
Oh, was it? Oh, there's Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. It's more elder abuse. He's going to die like George Allen.
Exactly. George Allen was coaching, Long Beach State or something at the end of his career.
After his illustrious career, coached the Redskins and
Rams.
Rams, yeah.
And he got a Gatorade shower, and it was really cold out, and he caught a terrible cold and fucking died.
Got pneumonia and died, yeah.
And the guy that dumped the Gatorade on him was charged. He's still in prison, I think. Pretty sure. Almost positive.
For manslaughter. How ridiculous.
Hey, what happened on that third and goal play the 49ers had in overtime? Because that was a real bummer. They needed to score there. And remember, Purdy just kind of threw it away?
Yeah, I think he was getting pressured. That's one of those things, too.
Panicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
it's one of those things where you throw it away and be safe because you know you can kick the field goal. Right?
Yeah, but that's the thing about Mahomes, though, is that a field goal is not enough. And they settle for the field goal in regulation, and they didn't get away with it.
That's Mahomes, and he's Brock Purdy. I love Brock Purdy. I've come around on him. I think he's legit.
He's really good.
He's super accurate. Yeah, he's got that. He's under pressure. He's got the one read. The last thing you want to do is take a chance because you can get the field goal.
Yeah,
I get it.
What are you going to do?
I get it. Maybe
you don't want to throw the ball away or make a big mistake there.
Maybe you wish a different play is called. And boy, what's Shanahan's record now in the Super Bowl? Because he was the offensive coordinator when.
0-2 as a head coach, but 0-3. Yeah.
And he blew the lead against the Chiefs.
Oh, ouch!
Last time blew the lead against the Chiefs this time, and then he was the offensive coordinator. The 28-3 lead the Falcons had on the Patriots.
God, the more I think about that game, I'm more amazed by it every time I think about it. What an unbelievable comeback. And I remember watching and thinking, if they don't score this time, there's no way they can win. Then they didn't score. And I'm like, if they don't score this next time, there's no way. And I don't think they scored that time. And then they scored, it seemed like, just when they absolutely had to, and they just kept scoring every time. That was an amazing Super Bowl. And I'd forgotten last year's Super Bowl was so good, too, 38-35.
Yeah, the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, I heard somebody counting down their favorite Super Bowls on 97.1, and I think that was their number one.
My favorite memory of that Super Bowl last year was everyone mad at the retiring grounds crew guy. The guy who was
right,
because the turf sucked.
Yeah, and they were honoring him before the game. They're blowing him all week, too. And then what a big deal it was.
And everyone bitches about how bad the field was.
Get him out of here.
It was horse shit.
Funny.
He didn't learn much.
A lot of funny things in this game. There's a streaker that really wasn't nude.
Yeah, I think there was multiple at the same time.
Oh, really?
I think that's what they were saying.
Coordinated streaking?
Wow, there's a bunch of people on the field there.
Yeah, there is. There's two dudes. You can see.
Where's
one
the other
there,
guy?
one there.
Oh, no shit.
Oh,
wow. See, I just
yeah.
knew the shirtless dude.
There's a guy around the 30.
This guy and this guy.
What assholes.
Take him down.
Yeah, I don't know what the benefit of that is other than
look at me.
10 years from now, maybe you laugh about it, but probably get arrested and go to jail. I bet they don't treat that like just a little funny.
I know we've talked about this a ton, but it's really dumb for CBS not to show it.
I know they always say they're not going to show it. Half the time they do show it when they say they're not showing it.
Well, I mean, Brandon, you and I were like, all right, let's go to Twitter.
It's going to be on Twitter.
Let's just go to Twitter and look for it now.
It was up immediately.
Even Romo made a joke about it. He's like, well, I guess we can't show it. Because he mentioned that there was a streaker.
Well, it wasn't
and then
totally
Nance corrected
nude.
him. He said, half streaker.
What, he had his shirt off?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had his shirt off.
So what? What's the big deal?
I don't know. They don't want to encourage that kind of behavior.
So what? I'm sure everybody is saying that was the greatest halftime show ever.
You know what? I haven't seen many reviews for it. I'm saying I was highly impressed by it.
I was super bored for the first half of it. I didn't know any of the songs. I was like, what is going on?
I didn't either, Brandon. I'm not an Usher guy. I know he's huge.
I don't know him either.
But then the roller skates came out, and it changed me. Everything flipped after that. Little John came out. Ludacris came out. I enjoyed the second half of
it. It had roller skates. It had a marching band. It had Cirque du Soleil. It had stripper poles. It had Little John. What else do you want from a halftime show?
He was
it's
on
insanely
rollerblades,
stupid.
too. No, it's just not my music. That's all.
But it was entertaining as hell.
I mean, if you like penis softening dancing, you definitely loved the halftime.
And roller skating and stripper poles.
And Usher must have the worst fashion sense of anyone in entertainment ever. I would say worse than Elvis. That second outfit he came out in, I would not be caught dead in that anywhere. And he must have forced Ludacris to wear what he was wearing. There's no way Ludacris would wear that.
What, shoulder pads?
That was so stupid. And those boots, it was a ridiculous outfit. Oh my God, he looked so stupid. He looked dumber than Usher, which was hard to do. And before that, Usher had on, remember he had on the blouse that he almost sweat through?
That giant brooch.
The brooch. And before that, he had a big
old
overcoat.
grandma would wear.
Like the guy took it off like he was James Brown. You know, the guy used to take off James Brown coat every time, or his cape. I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know. Alicia Keys bores me to tears too. Why was she part of it?
Because her heart was needed at this time.
That's true. It's always needed. And then when he hugged her, he was so fucking sweaty already. I was like, ew. And
that was a fun.
Where was Bieber? I thought Bieber was in it. They showed him in Vegas.
He was at the game. He was sitting in the stands with his wife, but he didn't perform.
He was sitting in the stands with his wife. And his pastor.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that? He was in Vegas with his pastor all weekend and his wife.
Why does he like partying with his pastors?
I don't know. He used to hang out with that Carl Lenz guy.
Who banged everybody
Yeah.
under the sun outside of his marriage.
So now he hangs out with that guy's replacement, and they were hanging out in Vegas all weekend, which, wouldn't you like to you don't want to hang out with your priest or pastor in Vegas?
No, hell no. That's the last person I want to hang out with.
And
then
they're
Carl
going to judge
Lentz,
you on everything you do.
that Carl Lentz guy got out of control. They were calling him the rock star pastor. It's like,
Yeah.
you cannot be a rock star pastor. There's no such thing. And they showed him doing shots and stuff. I'm like, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
That's not. Is anybody still paying attention to the post game show? I see the chat still going.
I got an eye on it. Nothing so far.
I just thought people would be absolutely not into watching a live show after this Super Bowl and then after being so late. So those of you who are there in the chat, thanks for stopping by.
24, that's not bad.
How many?
424.
Oh, that's
quarter after 11.
I seriously thought it would be way less. Super Bowl commercials. Did you guys like any in particular?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That was really funny with the neighbor.
Did you like Christopher Walken?
I thought it started strong, but then Usher kind of killed it at the end.
Usher did ruin that.
He ruined it.
Yeah,
But
it was good. Stupid ending, definitely. But I just love Christopher Walken, and I think it's funny. The people who were trying to imitate him. I don't know. I'd probably just because I like Christopher Walken.
I love that Google ad with the where it's two faces in the picture. Did you see that one? The blind guy.
I don't think I saw that.
It's very touching and moving.
Hey Google.
Did you not see that ad?
Show me photos of me and Loretta.
It actually was a very serious commercial about how it's got this voice recognition that, hey, there's two faces in the shot now. Now you can take the picture, right? Which is nice. It's inclusive. But all I can think of is, well, let's say penis in photo now, so a blind person can send a dick pic. That's all I can think of the whole time. They're like, two faces now. It's like penis,
That's
erect
funny.
penis in shot. Send a dick pic.
Titties in picture.
Exactly. Yeah. One vagina. Spread eagle in photo. Because blind people want to send dick pics too. Right?
Sure they do.
Yeah.
No, they need help with stuff like that. It's probably included, but they just didn't want to talk about it in the commercial. The RFK commercial was interesting. That was a John Kennedy jingle from 1960 they used, and they had the retro art on it. And my whole thing was, I can't believe the RFK Jr. campaign can afford a $7 million Super Bowl commercial. That's a lot of dough. I don't think that guy's that well funded. Is he?
Yeah, you know what? That wasn't a local ad, was it? That was a national spot.
No, he paid big dough for it. It was probably worth it, though, because I'm sure everybody saw it, and you couldn't miss it.
Was it really worth it, though? He's not going to win.
No, he's not going to win. But it was a good ad. I thought it was a good ad.
I guess he had to spend the money. It was Cheryl's money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much fundraising he's able to do. On the Republican side, I know Trump threatens people if they give money to other people. I don't know how the Democrats work. We'll get into Joe Biden a little later. He has been in the news in a big way all weekend. And, today there was a poll. I don't know who did the poll, but it was a poll about, will Biden be the nominee?
Oh, really?
Guess what percentage said yes? This is the nominee,
Democrats,
not win. Just be the nominee for the Democrats.
Is this the Democrats being polled or just people in general?
Everybody.
Probably 25%.
60% said Biden be the nominee. I thought that was incredibly low. It's like, what? I thought he was guaranteed to be the nominee.
Well, I think people are betting on him dying or.
He's not talking anything about dropping out or anything like that.
No.
But I don't think. Honestly, I don't think either of these two people should be the nominee. If it was up to me, I would say they're both way too old.
I was going to say there was a new poll about how they're too old. Both.
Yeah,
of them. I mean, far more Biden's too old than Trump, but a lot of people think both of them are way too old because you know what?
They are. Yeah, 59% said both are too old. 86% said Biden is too old.
Yeah.
So that was trending on Twitter today. Let's see. We miss anything in the halftime show?
I don't think so.
Who all were?
Jermaine Dupri was out there.
Lil Jon.
Will.i.am was wearing a Tron helmet from the movie Tron.
Why would you?
I didn't know who he was.
I know. He's been packing on the pounds, hasn't he?
Does Usher owe him something? Did he give him?
They did a song together.
Did he give him a venereal disease accidentally or something?
Wouldn't that have been great if Usher came out and the backdrop was like a days in? I mean, it's such an inside joke.
Explain that.
He was sued by very large woman for giving her an STD or STI, whatever it's called.
He was sued like 3 years after it happened, and she was not that huge when this happened.
Yeah.
But she got really huge between that time and when the lawsuit came out. Everybody thought, "Oh my God, what's he doing with that fat chick?"
I hear those STDs do that to you. They put on hundreds of pounds.
You got hepatitis.
Thank you. Someone on the chat mentioned her. We didn't mention her during that. She's really good. She's great, man.
I just don't know if she was actually playing or not.
Who?
Her.
Oh, her. Yeah.
Because,
you don't think she was playing?
Well, I know the last time they tried to have bands on, when they're like Red Hot Chili Peppers, they were pretending to play, and
I assume she was.
It sounded like Usher was singing.
Usher's mic was live because it sounded like shit in the beginning.
Yeah, so it's with Alicia Keys. She kind of got a little pitchy there in the beginning.
Okay.
That was one tight outfit she had.
Yeah, it really was. Was that fitting? Was that befitting for Alicia Keys? Was it appropriate for her?
I don't care.
Did it look good on her?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not really either. If she wasn't so needed at this time, I wonder if anyone would pay attention to her.
Your heart is necessary at this time.
Yeah.
Dan mentions it's hard to look at Usher without thinking of him passing STDs around. Passing.
Well, that's the amazing thing about that Days In thing is that he bangs that fat chick, and she's the one that's mad about it.
Yeah.
She's the one that feels bad about it. But, if you get an STD, I guess that would suck. And I don't know if that thing was
tested, bro.
Was that the only reason we've ever heard this about Usher? Were there other people saying the same thing? Or
there has to be other, right? Every other people?
Probably.
That's pretty cool when he roller skated underneath Will.i.am's legs, too.
That was pretty badass.
He totally redeemed himself with the roller skates.
I'm being serious. It was a very entertaining halftime show, probably for all the wrong reasons. But
well, there was a lot going on. I mean, you could see all the effort and money that went into it, and the choreography was outstanding. The choreography was outstanding at the halftime show. There was the Peter Softening dancing was very good.
That's right. Yes.
Usher had a lovely brooch on. Alicia Keys was fantastic.
I mean, can you imagine, Drew, if you went out dressed like Usher was dressed? Like, if you just wore that out.
I tweeted when I took a picture of Usher and Ludacris and said, where can I find these outfits?
Ludacris's boots.
It looks so stupid.
Wear that outfit again.
The giant afro made them look worse. I don't know how that's possible, but I think it did. And then was the one glove a Michael Jackson tribute?
I don't know. I feel like Usher's always kind of been a Michael Jackson knockoff type.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Dancing. Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a lovely gesture.
I have to say Usher, because when Usher was so hot, I mean, give the guy credit. He had 9 #1 hits. I mean, he was dominant for the decade of the aughts, I guess. And I just remember seeing him all the time and not wanting to see him because I didn't like his music.
Yeah.
It's just not my kind of music. That's all. It's not that he's not great. I'm sure he is. But so he was the last guy I would have wanted selected for the halftime show. I would prefer so many other people.
But remember last year it was pregnant Rihanna, and everyone was just like, their heads exploded with how quote unquote great it was. And I thought it was just
it was that great. First of all, she wasn't even singing.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you have Rihanna and not have her sing? Her voice is the one incredible thing about her. And if she's not going to sing, she's pregnant. She can't even move, although she did rub her pussy once and then smelled it. What the fuck was that?
That was so brave.
That was so screwed up. It's like,
brave.
what is she doing? They're calling it the best?
I know, but my point is, I didn't see anybody say that about Usher this time, right? Which I thought was really good.
I would think that this year's was much better than last year's.
Magoo's.
Much better. I don't know what people say.
Magoo says Usher looks like Webster Manuel Lewis. does. Oh, God.
It's pretty funny. All right. Anything you want to talk about the game?
Yeah, I forgot who mentioned it, but someone was mad at the quote-unquote San Francisco 49ers kicker for losing them the game.
Oh, because you missed the extra point. Yeah.
But he made 3 field goals, including at one time a Super Bowl record, which got...
No, he made 2 very long field
2
goals.
over 50 yards.
And the extra point was blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was kind of his fault for kicking it.
So
a little low, but...
I mean, did the blocking break down? to some degree?
Not really. Just, I mean, Jay Feely was breaking it down, saying that he kind of kicked it with his ankle, which led it to go low and get blocked. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
but they wouldn't have been in that game if he couldn't have made 2 over 50 yards.
No, did he make a 57 or 55?
55, and then
Butker made a 57.
He made a 57 to take the record back.
Yeah, after the extra point, though, he made a 53, didn't he? After he missed the extra point,
yeah, he made a 55 and a 53-yarder. So
made another real. I mean, there's so much pressure, even on a 30-yard field goal in overtime, and he made that. So, no, and Moody's
Good job.
Moody's a local guy. He was super clutch for Michigan every time they needed one, and I thought he made a couple great field goals today. The extra point was too bad.
Did not have the greatest bow season, but I mean, come on, those 2 over 50, shit.
And plus, his dad listens, so.
Oh yeah,
that's even more important.
Hi, Chad.
Let's see. You know what I'll do? You want to catch a couple spots here, and I will have the final statistics for the game after the commercial.
Oh, cool. Well, in the meantime,
you should mention that Polyvoo sponsors our YouTube channel, Polyvoo Dental.
That's what I was going to talk about. Of course.
Oh, good. Of course. No, they deserve it.
They are a full-service family dental office. That's Polyvoo Dental. They have over 600 5-star reviews, and of course, Dr. Polyvoo has been practicing for over 25 years. They use all the state-of-the-art technology, and they serve ages 7 and up, so kids too. Financing options are available with no credit check, and like Drew said, they do sponsor this YouTube channel that people are watching right now. They have the Idero digital scanner. You can see potential results in just minutes. None of those goopy impressions. So get a new dentist. Check out polyvoodental.com. That's POLYVIOU dental.com. And let's also talk about Zott Ford. That's right. The Drew and Mike merch at Zott Ford is drying up quicker than ladies during an extended bit of Jim's picks.
How could they be running out of merch? Because they got like 10 boxes of merch.
Maz is just giving away.
Was he sold 500 cars? Huh? He sold. There's a couple hundred pieces of merch in there. What the hell is he doing with it?
He needs to be responsible for it.
Oh God!
At least he won a square tonight. That's what matters, right?
Oh yeah.
Get a hold of Maz ASAP if you want some of that merch. Find out how to do it, but give Maz a call. Congratulate him on his square too. 248-660-9133. Not only will Maz make getting a new or pre-loved car, truck, or SUV simple, fun, fast, easy, and affordable, but he'll fill the passenger seat with some dope Drew and Mike swag, but only while the supplies last. Speaking of things in short supply right now at Zott Ford and Holly, you can get a 0% financing up to 60 months. That's 5 years or up to $10,000 cash back on select new Fords in inventory. Plus, Zott's leases are still ridiculously good with payments under $200 on new 24 Ford Escapes, Ford Edges, or you get lease payments around $300 a month for the new 23 Ford Bronco Sport or a loaded F-150 Super Cab, all from our friends and studio sponsors at Zott Ford and Holly. See the details and all their vivacious inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. Legacy Partners Insurance. Thousands of our listeners have already called Legacy to get help with their home and insurance needs, so why don't you join the group? Legacy's been helping our listeners by fixing mistakes other agents have made. They ask the right questions to get the right coverage put in place to properly protect you, and oh yeah, once again, they'll save you money at the same time. Chances are, if you haven't checked your rates in the last year, you are paying too much, so what are you waiting for? Put some money back in your own pocket. Give Legacy Partners a chance to help with your home, your cars, life insurance, or business insurance. And if you're on Medicaid, take advantage of the open enrollment period and let their team help you. So call them today, 586-209-4106, or simply visit our website, drewandmikepodcast.com. Click on the link, get started with a new quote.
Welcome back from commercials.
Hey, we forgot one of the great commercials, the VW commercial with "I am a sin,
I am a cry."
So ridiculous.
Said I.
That was a good one.
That song is so stupid. What does "I am I said" even mean? Is that stupid?
Yeah, what does it mean?
I have no idea, but I know it's a very important song to Neil.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I think they're all important. Aren't they all important to Neil?
They are, but that one's really important to him. And also
the Jesus ad used "In Excess," never tear us apart.
I saw that.
That was pretty wild.
People are angry about that ad.
Well,
yeah.
In light of the way he died, I thought it was
Jesus or
Michael Hutchins.
I know, but that's what I said to Brandon.
I can't stop thinking about whenever I see something like that.
I just thought that the people who put out the commercial were probably of the crowd that believed that he died not by automatic asphyxiation.
It was a different version too.
Yeah, it was slow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, the final stats from the game, because I love stats, so I'm going to hope that you
I know
do.
Brock Purdy had less than 3.5 carries.
You have stats that are far worse than the ones that I use.
He threw the ball 38 times in the game, 23 completions for 255 and a touchdown, no picks. And then Jennings had the one pass for 21 yards complete.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, 22 carries for 80 yards. He struggled, had tough yards, but he was fairly effective.
And who would have thought that before he fumbled, too, because he was just marching on the field.
No,
Yeah.
it looked like he was headed for a huge game. Brock Purdy, 3 for 12. Elijah Mitchell, 2 for 8. Debo, 3 for 8. And the fullback, 1 for 2. Christian McCaffrey caught 8 passes for 80 more yards. So he had 160 on the night, including a touchdown. Ayuk had 3 for 49. Jennings, 4 for 42 in the touchdown. Debo, 3 for 33. The fullback, who some people thought fumbled on that play, but he didn't, I guess.
Oh, use check,
They
yeah.
did not review that. That one
Where
catch
he's
he
reaching
made.
for the first down? No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do, because that would have been Booth.
Okay. 2 for 31. Ray McLeod III, who had the stupid fumble. He was 1 for 19. Chris Conley, 1 for 18. George Kittle, only 2 for 4.
Yeah, where did he go that game?
Yeah.
Hurt, too.
They had sacks from Armstead and Hargrave, and Chase Young had a sack, too, early in the game.
I use many stats.
On the Chiefs side, Patrick Mahomes, 34 for 46 for 333. Wow. 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. Patrick ran 9 times for 66 yards. That was...
Well, including the big one on the final drive.
He had a couple other carries earlier in the game that were pretty big, so...
That's why he's your MVP.
Wow. Pacheco, 18...
It's his third Super Bowl MVP.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So how many did Brady win? At least 5, right?
Oh, boy, I don't know.
5? I bet he won 4 or 5. Isaiah Pacheco, 18 for 59. Rice, 2 for 5. And then receiving Travis Kelce, 9 catches for 93 by the time it was over. He caught 8 in the second half. Hardman, who had the winning touchdown catch, had 3 for 57. Justin Watson, 3 for 54. Rice, 6 for 39. Pacheco, 6 for 33. Boy, they throw those backs. Noah Gray, 2 for 22. Scandling, 3 for 20. McKinnon, 2 for 15. And they had... Let's see. Justin Reid had half a sack. Carl Laftis had half a sack. Chris Jones didn't have a sack, did he? But he had a great game.
A lot of pressure. Yeah.
Hell of a game. Hell of a battle.
Also, I didn't mention this, but there was a big tweet on Truth Social before the game today. Trump was ripping Taylor Swift for being disloyal to the man who made her so much money because he said his lawmaking allowed Taylor to propel to stratospheric fame and success, not crooked Joe Biden. I like her boyfriend Travis, even though he may be a liberal and he probably hates me. I signed this bill and was responsible for the Music Modernization Act for Taylor Swift and all musical artists. Joe Biden didn't do anything for Taylor and never will. And then he said, it doesn't matter if she endorses Biden. I'm more popular.
Let's say that I like Taylor's music about 25% less now.
Okay.
So, and Biden skipped the Super Bowl interview, saying that he thought viewers did not want to hear from a politician. He's right, but I don't think that's why he skipped it.
Skipped it, no.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Did put out a video, too, where he was talking about shrinkflation.
Yeah, he put out a brief video.
Yeah, and you know what? Everyone's response to that was that, well, inflation has been going on since you've been president, more so than anyone in recent history, so you caused it, asshole.
Yeah, it's not a very good spin.
No.
No.
It just seems like everything is going south for Joe Biden right now. The New York Times had, are we leaving the football game?
Huh?
Should we leave YouTube? Are we leaving the football game?
Well, let me see. Is there anything else to mention about? Oh, someone did mention that it was nice of them to honor Carl Weathers in the.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, when Gronk
missed, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Gronk
He missed the kick of destiny.
He looked like he was trying to miss to me.
Well, he didn't even run up on it. He was just standing there.
Was that really live?
I think so.
Because I saw live in the corner, I was like, "Wow, this kick is live," and then I thought it was like, "Wait, I'm not that stupid."
Yes.
Is that they don't have to say that? They don't have to tell us the truth, do they? In the commercial?
Well, I mean, they are a gambling site. They might want to be as truthful as possible if people are laying money on it.
Do a lot of people bet on Gronk's field goal?
I think so. 'Cause I think it's a promotion.
Yeah.
You know, you get X amount. I don't know, but
get something extra.
Yeah, but then they came back and they pre-tape if he made it or if he missed it, and they ran the he missed it spot. And which actually John Cena, I don't know why that guy always makes me laugh. John Cena.
Yeah.
But then at the end they had Carl Weathers, giving
cool
pep talk and it said thank you Carl and then his dates and blah 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 blah.
Somebody on the chat said a 49er player shit himself during the game. Do we have any details on that?
Really?
I have no idea if he's just screwing with us. I don't know anything about a 49er player shitting himself during the game.
I'm on it.
It was Fire Walker.
Oh, okay. Give us more information there, man. I want to know about that. I got to know if someone shit themselves.
Yeah, no, that's.
I probably had action on it.
I don't want to leave the. I don't want to leave the YouTube broadcast without knowing that this happened or didn't happen. That's certainly a big part of the game.
It was nice to know that
49ers did have some injuries, by the way.
It was nice to know that Mr. T is still alive, too. And when was the last time we saw Mr. T? He was in a Skechers ad tonight.
Okay, I just looked at the TV and I was like, is that Mr. T? And I didn't
Yeah.
have the volume up even. But did he look thin for Mr. T?
Yes.
He's
Yeah, he looks
old.
Yeah.
Has he lost a lot of weight?
Lost a lot of weight, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pity the fool.
By the way, speaking of people who are ailing, Eli Zared, it was well past his bedtime with the game going to overtime. He was way too, I think he was pretty high and pretty burnt, actually, by his festivities during the game, and he just could not possibly, he just couldn't handle doing the post-game show. It would have been a little too much for him. He's too burnt.
Oh, the other thing.
He'll be here Tuesday.
The other thing I don't know if did we mention Greenlaw's injury as he was running onto the field?
No, we did not.
After the punt, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, it was like a Grammatica thing. Or a Mark Fellhauer thing.
I know. But I'm old and fat. And that's how I hurt my knee.
No, it's really
he's
weird.
fitting one of the best linebackers in the league. And he jumps up and tears his Achilles. I just tore my meniscus.
Oh, tore his Achilles, too.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know, those non-contact injuries.
Although, well, that's true. Although, what's his name? Rodgers tore his Achilles, and they said he could have almost been ready for the playoffs if the Jets were in it. So I don't know. Why was Rodgers able to come back so quickly? Or is that just bullshit?
I kind of thought it was bullshit, wasn't it?
I don't know what to think. With him, you never know anything.
Did you like the anthem and America the Beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of nice
Post
when there's
Malone did a
nothing,
nice job.
Yeah, I thought it
Looked
was really
ridiculous, but
And he dressed up. He
Yeah.
actually dressed up for the occasion, which is pretty impressive. I mean, call it dressed up because he had a jacket on with blue jeans. But, I mean, for him, he was dressed up.
It's a really nice compliment. Yeah.
But then when you see his face on a close-up, he doesn't look very dressed up.
Congratulations. That's amazing. It's amazing.
I mean, it looks like somebody scribbled on his face with a magic marker when he was passed out. And that was funny. And the Jelly Roll was in the commercial.
Yeah.
Where you forget...
Yeah,
to remember something
Uber
and
Eats.
forget something else, and so he's looking at his face, going, "Who markered up my face? It's not coming off."
You know, that's when they first showed Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, and they were swaying back and forth. And of course, everyone starts booing because she's on the screen, and it's like you're in the middle of America the Beautiful. I don't know. I think people forget what's going on sometimes.
Of course, people were livid about the Black National Anthem. Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Wait, they were livid about it? Why? Because so many people were sitting down.
We might have a special guest. Hold on.
Oh, really? Yeah, so many people were, Brandon, you and I noticed so many people were sitting down during the anthem and then the Black National Anthem.
Well, you were calling out the people that were sitting down during that one. I didn't even see. I never know. They start singing it, and I'm like, "What is this?" And then you had to remind me that it was
Lift Every Voice is what it's called. But to add insult to injury, they took a commercial break right after it. They didn't do that after America the Beautiful.
Gibby is ready to do it for some post-game action. I asked him earlier.
Okay.
He said he wasn't sure, and apparently he probably tried to contact me during the game. But let's get Gibby's thoughts. Do you have his number handy, Brandon?
Does he gamble?
Which one?
I don't know. Ask him.
Here you go. Here's a number for him.
I got it.
He was at the Spartan game in East Lansing with Cam Gibson, I believe. And we talked a little bit about the game. He said Michigan State played a phenomenal. And I watched a little bit of the second half, like the last 5 minutes. Their defense was suffocating. And they were tough. I mean, it looked like really typical good Michigan State basketball.
Huh.
And did they play Nebraska?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Was it bad?
That might have been the worst game under Juwan Howard, which is saying something special.
Seriously?
Oh my God, they're fucking awful.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, they're terrible. I think they were down.
They just beat 11th ranked Wisconsin, didn't they?
At home with Doug McDaniel, who apparently isn't allowed to travel because he has bad grades.
I mean, did they lose by a lot?
Yeah, true. I think they were down 40 at one time, and then they ended up losing by 20. Yeah.
Is Nebraska good?
They're okay. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're probably the best Nebraska team they've ever had.
Oh,
really
okay.
scrappy.
Yeah, I never.
And they're
think of them.
home. But that's still no excuse to be. It was never competitive.
That's pretty wacky. What's going on with Gibby?
I don't know. I can't get it to ring out.
What?
It's not ringing out.
Uh.
Trying.
We have one of those phones. We only take incoming calls.
It's weird.
What? Should I have him call us?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not.
Seriously?
It's not ringing out.
We called them last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you want to type in the number and text it?
Hey, what do you think of the
hotline
Duncan
number, Brandon, on my phone?
Oh, I don't even know it.
We don't know the hotline number?
Yeah, I'll write it down.
I don't have it.
248.
Number is not answering.
Right.
That's what I keep getting.
What's the number? I think 627 something.
No, don't.
Yeah, you're on YouTube Live, yo.
I know. I'm not worried about that part of the phone number.
Here you go.
I think I know the last 4 numbers. Here, give it to me. I'm texting it.
I was going to ask you guys what you thought about the Dung Kings commercial with J-Lo, Ben Affleck.
Oh!
Tom Brady in there, and Matt Damon was in there.
I thought it was funny just because Tom Brady cracked me up as the DJ. It just was so stupid. I thought it was funny. And then I thought Damon was kind of funny, but I don't know. Was J-Lo, was she green screened into that commercial?
I don't know. Something looked weird about it. Affleck made me it made me cringe, man. I don't know why. I don't know he's trying to make fun of himself. And maybe I'm just sick of seeing Affleck and J-Lo. My buddies all really liked it. They thought it was really good. They liked that one, and they also liked the Sarah, what's his name? The guy from...
Hey, Gibby, I just sent you our hotline number. Can you call the hotline number? For some reason, our hotline will not ring out to you. I don't know what's going on.
It's crazy.
The 626.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that number. All right.
No, it's not where I just call. I'll try it.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks.
Should not pay the
There's
bill.
something wrong with it. It's bizarre.
Hang up on me.
Thank you, Slayer. It's Michael Cera. Did you like the Michael Cera commercial for the lotion?
You know what?
Cerity.
I was watching it, but not really paying attention.
Oh, okay. A lot of people like that one. That one scored really, really high. That was pretty funny.
What else scored high?
The Dunkin' one, the Dunkin' Donuts one.
Oh, I thought it would score high just because of all the people in it.
Yeah. My favorite spot was probably the code for DoorDash because Brandon was so pumped.
Shut up.
DoorDash was doing a promotion where you win everything that was in every Super Bowl commercial, which is pretty cool. Like you win everything that was advertised.
Oh, really?
The cars and everything.
Wow.
But you'd have to enter a promo code in the app when they show it in the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter. So Brandon's sitting here with his phone ready to enter the promo code. In the ad, they give out the promo code, and it honestly is so long that in the commercial, the guy goes, I'm not even going to read the rest of it. Just go to our website to enter it. It was so...
I was pretty dejected.
The promo code was like, MGM dash Kick of Destiny dash Dunkings. It was every commercial that ran. It was in the promo code. Did you enter it, Brandon?
No.
Are you going to win?
No.
Gibby can't get through, by the way.
What?
What the fuck?
Why
What
is our
is?
phone system down?
Does it go offline after 10 o'clock? Call me.
Yeah, call my cell phone, Brandon.
This is exciting.
This is bizarre. Of all the people that we cannot get the phone to ring through to, Gibby.
Slayer said, I used CeraVe hand lotion last night before bed, before it was cool. It's a good joke.
This is total bullshit. You call me?
I'm trying.
You won't call me?
No.
What is going on?
It's really weird.
Man. I would say send him a Zoom link, but at this point, let's go off of YouTube.
All right.
And we'll go back into the
Time for
finish the real show.
All right.
Shit. Damn it.
I don't know why it broke.
Now we're getting ragged on for cobbling together a podcast.
I apologize. I don't
Oh,
know
but here's Gibby calling me.
I just put him on speakerphone.
Okay, I can do that.
Why not? Who cares?
Hey, Gibby, I'll put you on
Goddamn, it's
speakerphone
midnight.
for a minute.
Can you just give me the...
No, we can't because it's not working.
It won't work. I'm sorry.
Nobody knows what's going on.
We tried to
man.
call here. Gibby, I got the speaker on mic actually.
Oh, guys.
Say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody. Well, this is a boring game.
Because he's not going to be able to hear
Yeah,
us.
it was. You can't hear it?
Well, he's not going to be able to hear us.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Gibby, give us a little synopsis of the game, besides being boring.
No, I just wasn't into it, having the Lions out. We all had to feel the same way. There's so much more excitement and build-up and the plans for the parties. And people staking the Detroit Lions and the city of Detroit's ground. It was just missing. The first half was so not a lot of scoring yet. In the second half, Patrick Mahomes really turned it on. He started running the ball, looking to run it better. It's a whole other dimension that he had in his pocket. And when it came down to it, what would you done? Would you taken the ball first, or would you
in overtime?
I guess, I guess I would take the ball first, although it sucks when you only get a field goal and you have to have Mahomes have the ball after that, because you know he's going to get at least a field goal, and San Francisco did not score on those two occasions they had a shot. I just, like, in regulation, didn't you know the Chiefs were going to at least tie the game?
Yeah, well, they played it perfectly. The announcers were talking about use the timeouts. Andy Reid, perfectly. He played it perfectly, had his timeouts left. He knew he had an experienced quarterback who's got an impeccable record, and he was going to carry his team, and Kelce started making some catches. And you just look at the misdirections and directions that their play design, it seems like when they tried to pressure Mahomes, he immediately just dropped off a little 5-foot dinker, and off they went. And, he's hard to beat. And I'd like to think the Lions would have beat them, but they would have been facing the same dilemma that San Francisco was tonight.
Oh, and he looks so zen sitting there on the sidelines waiting to get the ball back when he knows the other team's going to score. He just doesn't look the least bit worried about it. He just is so cool under pressure. I think they are a dynasty, and I think they probably will win more Super Bowls.
Andy Reid's been coaching for so long. I remember one time we were in Philadelphia, and he was coaching Philadelphia. We went over and watched his camp, and that was early 90s. And he's sitting there. He knows what he's got. He had the better special teams, the better field goal kicker in the situation. He just sat there and played it and didn't get. He stayed very patient. And when San Francisco was just sitting there with, they had 5 across. They were calling it zero coverage or whatever. Those guys just criss and cross across the middle and run their outs, and Mahomes was impeccable in putting the ball there. It's just too hard to beat. Awesome.
Hey, I don't know if you saw this, but you'd be a good guy to ask. I was really taken aback when I saw Kelce when he went up and it looked like he almost shoved Andy Reid. What the hell was that?
Well, Andy Reid certainly didn't know it was coming.
No.
But that's, I guess, sometimes you make good decisions. You just let your leaders lead, and he didn't even react to it. He just went right back to his business at hand. And you thought, man, it looked like he was screaming at him because he wanted the ball, or Mahomes wasn't looking at him or whatever. When you're a good team like that, you just let that work itself out. The boys take care of that stuff. And I was going to go back and I'm going to check this out. Remember when Kelce caught the one ball and he just steamrolled and pounded that DB into the ground and he came out of the game?
Yeah. Yes.
Did that guy ever return? Because that last pattern.
Good question.
For the touchdown was, that misdirection when you don't have that experience and you're coming into a game cold. That was a big play, and I love that. You don't just run out of bounds. You got the big set of pads on your shoulders and you use them. And he pounded Kelce. He's a big boy. I didn't know who the guy's name is, but he laid there for a while. I could see that was going to hurt. I think that took a little bit out of him for the rest of the game, and that was a factor as well. The little things like that you don't really realize, but they do add up in the end.
Gibby, any commentary on the commercials or the halftime show?
I don't know. It didn't seem to have the hype for the commercials.
No, I agree. It didn't.
I'm not a big TV watcher anyway, but I lived there and looked, and you're trying to see that, there's always a little, I guess, joke in many of them. It's supposed to be funny. And I guess I just wasn't humored by them. The halftime show,
I'm shocked.
Is that Michael out there? Is that Michael Jackson? He's on, he's moonwalking? What did you think of that?
Yeah, it was definitely, he owes a lot to Michael Jackson. I'm just not a fan of Usher's music. He was a huge star. He had a lot of big hits. So, I mean, he certainly is probably worthy of the halftime show. They had everything going on you could ever want to go on. There were 1 million people on the field. So, I mean, you certainly got your money's worth. I mean, they certainly did everything you could possibly do. They were rollerblading. They were sliding down stripper poles. I mean, you had everything, a lot of artists. So,
well, it was very choreographed. I think right when it started and he came out, you could see 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It had the beat going on. They had a lot of people on that stage. It appeals that I kind of would be more into Jimmy Page out there.
Amen.
With the double necker, but that's just what I like, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that liked it. And he went out there and was expressive as he could be. I heard somewhere along the line that he got some extra time, and I'm not sure what he added in that special time, but you like to see the effort. It's a lot of pressure. Think of the guys that are playing in the game. The pressure kind of leaves you once the game starts. You get your first helmet knock with the next guy. You get a good contact. You kind of settle in. That guy, Usher's sitting in there trying to get his voice in shape, and they're running. They get a quick segment on TV, and then here you are.
That's what I love about the Super Bowl. The pressure is so immense on everyone. I mean, even the announcers, the halftime show, the halftime dancers, the halftime guests, the players have this incredible pressure. The players, I don't know, they don't seem that uptight to me. I don't know. I just don't see guys choking in those games that often. Am I just missing it?
They feel it. Some handle it better. But like I said, once you get into it and you get a good hit, or somebody starts talking trash on you, it goes away. Once you start competing, you're not thinking of failing. You're thinking of dominating, and you're thinking of doing your job, and you're thinking of being in the end zone. You're thinking all the good things, and you kind of like trash in, trash out. Sometimes you just got to watch what you let in your head in those situations, because if you say the wrong thing to yourself, it can turn against you. And it's always been my belief, after many, many years of trying the technique, I always thought about positive situations and how it made me feel. So when I got in there, I wasn't scared. You have a confidence, you have an inner confidence. Doesn't mean it's going to work all the time, but at least you're ready for the next time if you do fail.
I was thinking about the guy, for example, who did not fall on that fumbled punt. I doubt the pressure got to him. He just, for some reason, tried to pick it up and run with it, which was very, very wrong. A huge mistake in that game, cost him 7 points.
Yeah, didn't that hit his teammate's foot, though?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. But he tried to pick it up for some reason instead of just falling on it. It was it happened so fast. I can't really criticize the guy, but...
You just imagine if you're him, you see it hit your teammate, and you got a couple of Kansas City Chiefs right on your ass. You're definitely going to peek-a-boo a little bit. You're not just going to say nobody's coming, because those guys they pick up that ball. By the way, that's the worst job that I ever got asked to do when I played college football, was run back punts. That is the worst job. Ball's coming at you. The punters can turn it over. Sometimes they make it so it curves. And these guys are down on your ass. And sometimes you have one guy back there, and you're just hoping that they block the guy. And I got smoked in a Purdue game one time. It broke my helmet, my mask in. And Mark Anderson was the DB back there that was supposed to be blocking for me. He missed the block. I told Darryl Rogers, "Get me out of here!" Holy hell!
Was there a flag on the play?
There's no flag.
What? I'm shocked.
Did you return a lot of punts in college?
No, but I went through a little period where they do that and kickoffs. And what happens when you catch a pass and say you're in the middle field, when you start veering off to this, laterally to try and, go deeper and take it further, you're really open to get blindsided because there's a lot of guys on the field, and I got lit up a couple times. You kind of learn to really pick your spots when you want to try for that extra yard. When they got down into four down territory at the end, yeah, you're gonna take it. You're gonna do what you got to do. You're gonna try and get that yard, get that inch, whatever it is. But you see some of the good plays that you saw tonight, and you see some guys that you see the guys that they left it out there. They're tired, and it kind of reminds me of some past times. I can remember the sounds of getting your bell rung a little bit. But now they call that, today they call that a concussion, right?
Yeah.
But there were no concussions today. They had that closed.
You just went right back in.
Yeah.
So, hey, overall, on the weekend, we had a complete weekend of pool, bowling, golf. We went to the MSU game. They had a hell of a game, good competition, finished it off with a good Super Bowl. And KC will be trying to repeat next year. That's a good weekend. Let's get to the next weekend.
Damn right, and it's not that far till baseball. Everybody's getting ready to report, and we'll be talking Tigers pretty soon. I'm psyched.
Yeah, the 19th, I think, is their first day. I'm going to go down there. Tram's going to be down there. The many new coaches that they've hired and the people they've promoted. And, we got to have a belief that we're going to improve upon what happened last year, and we're going to be a little better. We got good nucleus of mid-age, mid-experience guys on the team. The pitching is kind of starting to become a solid team together, and it won't be easy, but we got a chance to win the division this year. You can save that on tape.
All right.
And hopefully we'll be playing that in early October.
Is Casey Mize going to be in the rotation from day one? I mean, I'm assuming everything is going fine. He's had so much time it takes a long time to recover, but it seems like he's had enough time. I'm just expecting him to go right into the rotation.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that initially he would be. I think that they'll stretch those guys out to go later in the year. You don't want to, you can't just go from being on the DL because of Tommy John for 2 years and then throw 150 innings. It's not going to work. They got many pitchers, innings. They're going to be regulating that probably pretty good.
Seemed like Verlander did it.
Yeah, well, he's got about 20,000 hour innings on his iron. He's a freak.
He is a freak.
You should really appreciate what you saw when he was here and when you watch him. Because you're right. He wants to go all those innings, and he's still he has the ability to throw the ball 100 miles an hour, but not many do. When many people, when you throw that hard, you got to decelerate your arm, and that's how rip it.
I still love watching him. I don't care who he's pitching for. If he's pitching, I am watching. If I can, he is that good.
Yeah, and just think back. You had him. You had Scherzer. Those guys were pretty dominating. And Fernando Rodney was on that team. I heard he's still pitching. So.
Oh my God!
Incredible.
Is he really?
He's trying. He's done a winter ball. Yeah, he's done a winter ball.
Yeah, we had four Cy Young Award winners in that rotation eventually because Price, of course, and then Porcello won a Cy Young with Boston too. So that's that's a nice trivia question.
Fernando Rodney's 46.
It's a good build, and I think the last time we talked, maybe it was privately, the previous regimes, some of their better players are coming through the minor leagues right now and doing a real good job. Scott Harris and his staff are doing a real good job of development of the talent. And a lot of guys can have ability, but they gotta learn how to use it, do it consistently, and when and where. And they gotta have some court awareness, and hopefully that's gonna continue to improve. And you're gonna have an event on opening day this year. You're gonna go through.
I'm going to go to opening day, that's for sure. Now that I'm getting around, I'll be ready to bowl pretty soon, so I can definitely go to opening day. Yeah, I'm psyched. How'd you bowl this weekend?
You're still talking that bowling stuff.
No, I'm ready to bowl. I'm serious. 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay,
2 weeks.
We'll get 8 games in so we can start to get in shape.
All right. Gibby, all right. Thanks so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. I don't know what the hell's wrong with our phone, but we'll figure it out.
Hell yeah. See ya.
All right. See ya.
Well, we got it half fixed.
Yeah, Mark can now call in, but I can't call Mark. It's bizarre. Sorry about that.
God, that sucks. I can't believe that. That is just bizarro.
Meanwhile, I was thoroughly entertained by a fight between Slayer and Firewalker in the chat, whether or not a player had shit himself.
I saw the chat was still on because somebody said I looked like one of those World War II guys on the walkie-talkie. It's like, wait, we're still on YouTube? I had no idea.
Slayer's just really disappointed being told someone shit himself and it might not be true.
Slayer,
Firewalker told him to do his own research. And then he wants an apology when he finds out that he's right.
Seen a 49er player with a brown substance on his pants near the anus area during the game. He was lying on his back.
Win. Give us a timestamp. I've also other exciting news too. Charlotte won one of her bets.
Which one? The kiss
brings to the game. The year wasn't spectacular.
See it on the screen there.
Stretch of the imagination.
There's Taylor Swift embracing Travis and a big old smooch right on the mouth. And she's gonna smooch him again too here. Look, she's basically crying.
And he mattered.
Don't you have to get back to Asia?
Games just like the Chiefs defense did.
Norma Hunt was a massive female.
Get a room. They're
the Chiefs organization
see you there,
for
kissed
the
again.
NFL as a whole.
I'm so happy for you.
Out there this year after
I gotta say, it is unusual
in that
when two people are that successful in their fields and they actually root for each other the way these two seem to. That's pretty unusual.
There's a reason why it's so overexposed, because they are two very well-known people.
No,
there's no bigger star in the world right now than her.
No, and there hasn't been for quite a while, in my opinion. And in football, honestly, he's on a dynasty. Yeah. He's the second most recognized player on that team after Mahomes, isn't he? I mean, even without Taylor Swift.
Without a doubt.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we will say goodbye to the chat. Thanks to Gibby for calling in. I thought you sounded really good.
Yeah.
Time for Tubby
bye-bye. Time for Tubby bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll carry on from here.